What's going on, average Joe readers, and anybody else out there who is interested in Kindle Unlimited? That's what I'm going to talk about today. Specifically, what it is, why it would be great for you to get it, why it's great for authors, and even if you don't have a Kindle, why you could benefit from Kindle Unlimited. So it's no secret that I am a fan of Kindle Unlimited. I've done a few videos already about Kindle Unlimited TBRs. I've mentioned some positives and things that I like about Kindle Unlimited in general on a lot of other videos, but I wanted to consolidate it to just specifically why you should try out Kindle Unlimited. So, to start, what is Kindle Unlimited? So, Kindle Unlimited is a digital book borrowing service through Amazon that lets you borrow up to 10 books per month or 10 books at a time. It is a membership subscription service. So you sign up through Amazon, and it is you have a membership through them that costs $10 a month, and you can read unlimited books that are available as long as they are Kindle Unlimited books. You can read unlimited of them while your subscription is active. So it is a fantastic service for anybody that reads a decent amount of books. Even 4 or 5 books, or three or four books a week, or sorry, a month, not a week, a month. It could be a great value if you like to collect books and you splurge on physical editions on books. This could also be a great value because you can try out books first and or read other books and save your money for the your collector edition books, whatever you're doing. So Kindle Unlimited is a subscription for a monthly subscription on Amazon. You don't need to have a Kindle to have it because there is a Kindle app. So you can just read on your phone, on your iPad, whatever has apps, you can read on those. So you don't even need a Kindle. It just goes through your Amazon account. And big thing is there are generally always free trials going on, no matter what. I can't look it up what it is now on Amazon because I currently have Kindle Unlimited, so it takes me straight to like book borrowing page. But when I signed up and what it was for the first like 4 months of this year, 3 months for free, completely free, $0, 3 months of Kindle Unlimited books. So I could read Kindle Unlimited books. I still have a month left on mine. And I've read 4 or 5 already, but I've been juggling between some other stuff. So if you really wanted to just focus on Kindle Unlimited books, you can read a ton in the 2, 3, 4 month, whatever the free trial just happens to be. At minimum, they're like 30 days free trial to try them out. But a lot of times they have these going on for about 3 months or like $1 for 3 months, something like that. So absolutely great value, which is the number one point that I wanted to make is that Kindle Unlimited has a fantastic value because you try out these books for essentially for free or super cheap. If you've been wanting to try a new author, this is a great way to do it. If you've seen some books, if you are like me and have several wish lists on Amazon, that mine are separated now between Kindle Unlimited, Kindle Physical, and those. This is a great time to try out these books. If you are going traveling and you don't want to take a whole bunch of books with you, fire up your Kindle Unlimited, download your 10 books because you can check out 10 books at a time. Download your 10 books, and now you have basically a library to choose from for whatever mood you might be in for reading for a week to a month, however long you're traveling on vacation, whatever it is. You have a book catalog with you. So even if you don't have a Kindle, take your tablet, download your Kindle app, and read on your tablet. And you have however many books to choose from, and you can swap them out however many times you want. That is the name of the game, unlimited. You can read and check out and swap unlimited amount of books. That's it, as long as your subscription is active. So moving on to my point number two is that this is a great thing for authors as well. And I know a lot of book lovers out there, one of the reasons why they want to buy these books, either physical or digital or whatever editions, that they love supporting authors, especially self-published. And I'm a fan of that as well. But you don't have to physically buy a book to support the authors. And self-published authors, a lot of them have really liked doing Kindle Unlimited, and they're fantastic for self-published authors for several reasons. So they get paid on it, and I know a lot of people. I've had to do some research on this, and not many people are familiar of it. But so for authors on Kindle Unlimited, it's easy to get published there. But how their pay works is that they get paid per page. So there's an algorithm, a whole equation that goes into like there's a pot of money that the Amazon has for Kindle Unlimited subscriptions, and then from there they take your book into consideration of, okay, how many pages of your book were read, how long is your book, this is how much you get for your book. If somebody completes the book, then they get more money, obviously, but then it's also broken down for a price per page, and that amount is very, very small. But it's, if you, a bunch of people are reading your book, then you get paid out every time somebody reads your book, which is great to have when starting out as a self-published writer or just trying to get your works out there. And apparently it's very desirable and very easy to do for a lot of these. So, and I mentioned before, you can try these new authors, try them absolutely risk free. Then there's always new works and new reads coming out. So you don't have to buy a book and go, okay, well, this was, I hated this book, I'm not a fan, I gonna DNF it, this was a waste of money. You can try it out, no problem. As I mentioned before, there is a pot of money that is divided for Kindle Unlimited. So because of the $10 subscription, you take all of that money per each in each individual country, because the payouts are different per country. They take all that money, it could be like 20, $30 million, and then they divide it up based on how many pages yours have read between all of the authors around Kindle Unlimited. So it could be divided up a huge amount, but if your book is getting great traction, then they could get a decent amount. So if you check out somebody's Kindle Unlimited book and you read their book, that is helping them out. It also helps when you borrow books. So borrowing a book, I remember I said you can have 10 books at a time. Borrowing a book, according to Amazon, counts as a sale. When you sell a book, it adds to the sales page and it bumps up the numbers, so that even just borrowing it without reading it acts as a sale. And then that raises them in charts. It could get them, the more sales they have, they could get their work on the bestseller badge, which a lot of will get even more traction for their books. They might end up on like top 100 lists, or if they sell an X amount of books per month, there is like the top sellers per month get an additional bonus. So there's a lot of incentives to sell more and borrow more books. I always have mine fully loaded up and I swap them out depending on what I'm feeling, mostly because I know I'm going to want to read some of these, so I could just open up my Kindle and mood read, go right to it. But now that I see that even borrowing a book can benefit authors, I'm going to keep my Kindle Unlimited consistently filled with my 10 books to borrow, even if I don't plan on reading it, because that still acts as a sale for their book, and it's still somewhat supporting, even if you're not reading their works. Even though reading is obviously the best, but it's still a little bit of a win. So all of these add to, really, it's really good for authors. And if what I mentioned before is, if you're a book collector and if you want to try out a book, and then if you really love the book, then you can still buy it, and that would support the author even more. And then you can even have the physical copy of the book, which is untarnished and nice and pretty and pristine, but you've already read the book, versus reading it and having to be really, really delicate. Whatever you do for your book collectors, I'm not a book collector. I buy some, but I don't really care about rare editions or anything like that. Also why I love Kindle Unlimited. So if you're not a book collector or need physical books, then there you go. So it's great for authors. Um, Recently, Richard Nell was on Steve talks about books on his channel, and he laid out how he enjoys it, and some of the things that I laid out here as well. I will also be linking Steve's channel, because I'll mention him again in a little bit. But reason number 3, this is another big one. If you do not have a Kindle, you can benefit from it because audiobooks are included. Now, not every single Kindle Unlimited book has an audiobook. But if you go on Amazon to the Kindle, when you pull up the book, and it'll say, on Kindle, it'll have the Kindle Unlimited symbol, and you'll go, it'll show on the side, say Kindle Unlimited. If the audiobook is available, it will have headphones next to it, which I will put up a picture here of the Kindle Unlimited, and then the ones Kindle Unlimited headphones. If it has the headphones, that means the audiobook is included, which means if you go and you add that Kindle Unlimited book to your Kindle, to your library, then you open up your Audible account, because Audible is owned by Amazon. They're connected. Right when you open up your Audible account, you refresh it, you get the audiobook into your Audible account, just right there for free. Works the exact same as Kindle Unlimited books, like reading it. You go through, you read it. Once you're done, you can return it to library, return it to Kindle Unlimited, and take out another one. You can have up to 10. It's fantastic. So if you're an audiobook person, I mean, Audible in general is like 13 to 15 bucks a month or per credit. It's like 15 bucks a month. And then like you can buy the 3 month or the 3 credit bundles for like 13 bucks per credit. But Kindle Unlimited is $10 per month and you can check out unlimited amount of books. So if you're an audiobook person, this is extreme value because you can crush a whole bunch of audiobooks even between your credits for on Audible, and you're doing it basically completely for free and still supporting the author. I don't really know the specifics on the money and the dividing with audiobooks and how that works. I think it's a little bit less when it comes to audiobooks payout, which I'm not sure why, but it's still getting their books checked out. It still acts as a sale, and you're still consuming the books. And there's a ton of books that are all, the audiobook is included. It's not going to be as vast as the entire Kindle Unlimited library. It's probably only like a third, but there's still a lot of books on Kindle Unlimited. So there's still something you can find. Next, there are a lot of great reads on Kindle Unlimited. I know I got this years ago and it was kind of slim pickings, hard to find, but now more and more authors are coming in to put their works on it. They're seeing the benefits of it. And I think Amazon wants to attract more readers to Kindle Unlimited. So they're having some bigger name books. So they have all of Harry Potter, they have all of Lord of the Rings on there. So there's a ton of great books of from self-published to like the really popular ones as well to choose from. There's authors that have started Kindle Unlimited and have just put out all of their works a ton on there. I've recently discovered A.G. Riddle, who has a ton of like thriller sci-fi type books, and all of their books are on Kindle Unlimited. And recently there's been more traction and more praise. I've seen it on a couple of people's TBRs to pick out one of their series. But yeah, their books are on there. Dean Koontz, a lot of authors are on Kindle Unlimited, so wide range to choose from. Now, last but not least, are some of my recommendations. I've already had some TBR videos, so you can go back to those. And if you've noticed some other books that usually whenever if I review or say something about a book, like if it's on a list, I'll try and say if it's Kindle Unlimited or not as I'm doing these. But ones that I have read that I've loved, Never Die and Pawn's Gambit. These are both fantastic by Rob J. Hayes. It is the Moral Techniques series. It acts like they basically act like standalones. They have their own plot, their own characters, but they're in the same world and they have certain connections within, but you don't have to read them in order. It's just best to go in order. Not a big deal either way, but they are absolutely fantastic. He's putting out more of those. And also with Rob J. Hayes, fantastic to do is follow him on either Twitter, his website, whatever. Every month he releases a top 10 new releases in sci-fi and fantasy, and most of those books I find are on Kindle Unlimited. And so he's highlighting some of either his favorites or ones that he's excited for or ones that have gotten good reviews, traction, all of these things, the newer releases. So if you don't want to get bogged down by all of the endless books that are on Kindle Unlimited, go for these list recommendations. Besides, I'll have my own, but then like check out his. He's an author that is putting these out, and there's been a lot of awesome books that have been on there, including his, and including another one that I discovered last year, Sword of Kaigen. He highlighted it on his last year, self-published book, and it has exploded all around BookTube and everything. It is still on Kindle Unlimited. So if you've been wanting to read Sword of Kaigen, it is still on Kindle Unlimited, and it is a fantastic read. So that is just one example of how following these lists and reading Kindle Unlimited can be great. Kings of Paradise, fantastic book. I read the first. I'm 40% through the second, and I am excited to continue it. The books are really, really awesome, and I think even the Goodreads rating have gone up each time. I mentioned before, Steve talked about book had Richard Nell, the author of Kings of Paradise, on his channel. So I'll still link his channel below, but that was a really cool interview. Kings of Paradise, fantastic series. It is the Ashton Sand trilogy, and I think he might be continuing it as well after that or something. I'm not completely sure, but fantastic books. I really like. They might be my favorites of the year almost. Barry Eisler, I mentioned them recently. I listened to Livia Alone, which is book one in the Livia Alone series. It's like 4 or 5 books, but he has several different crime thriller novels in the same world, like in our world, but now they're going to start to have certain crossovers. So if you like thrillers and mysteries and those types of books, this is an author that has all of his library is on Kindle Unlimited, apart from a ton of other mystery thriller series and authors on there. And Will White, his Cradle series is all the entire Cradle series is on there. I think he has his other series or other books on Kindle Unlimited as well. But the Cradle series is getting more traction, and it is everybody that has read it has absolutely loved it. I think they're on like book 6 or 7, and it's supposed to be 9 or so books. They're all going to be on Kindle Unlimited, and they seem fantastic. I really, really want to get to it. I just want to make sure I have the time to dedicate to it. But that is another awesome author and series. And lastly, We Are Bob, the Bobbyverse. If you're into sci-fi, this is supposed to be a really funny, really awesome sci-fi series that's super, super fun. And that is also on Kindle Unlimited. So this is just a quick snapshot of what is on Kindle Unlimited. Some of my recommendations, some of the things that I have come across. And if you've watched my recent videos, you'll also know the irony has not escaped me that I'm doing a Kindle Unlimited book when I have just lost my Kindle. So I can't even be reading Kindle Unlimited right now. But guess what? I can listen to the audiobooks completely fine. I don't like reading on my phone. If I really wanted to, I could. And if you like immersive reading, I guess I should have said this in the audiobook portion. If you like immersive reading, which is where you follow along on the book, on the app with the audiobook going, and it'll highlight the words as it's going through, and it'll go as fast as you want it to. So you can follow along as it's reading and it highlights the words as it's going. So that is the immersive reading. And you can do that with the Kindle Unlimited because it's the audiobook and the digital version. If not, you'd have to buy both. So this is my Kindle Unlimited in a nutshell, why you should do it, why you should try it. Even if you don't have a Kindle, it's still great for anybody, and it's great for authors. It's also risk free. I mean, you can do it for free for 30 days, 90 days. I think mine is still 90 days. It might still be the same. So, yeah, if you want any more recommendations, or if you have any recommendations, let me know in the comments. If you have any more questions on Kindle Unlimited, I will try and answer them. I'm not necessarily an expert on Kindle Unlimited, but I guess I know above average from most people. And let me know if you're interested in trying Kindle Unlimited. And, maybe we can get some more people together and talk about our favorite Kindle Unlimited reads. And yeah, let's chat about it in comments. Talk to you later.